Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to Sumo Politics, guys. This is gonna be a very quick one. I'm rushing somewhere, but I told myself that I quickly have to shoot this episode. It's honestly not a nice one. I am very disappointed. However, I do wanna look at all. I just wanna look at it from all angles. There's a guy who is an EFF member on TikTok. He taught me he taught me what it means to bring an organization into disrepute. And he said, Ubana, the bringing an organization into disrepute is not taught. And it's a very important thing that should be taught, because a lot of people bring the organization into disrepute without knowing. Yeah, but that's what he told me. And then he started to explain to me. And ever since he explained to me, I have a better grasp. But I feel like it's something that should be taught, because if you were not taught, you might not necessarily know. Some of us haven't been in politics long. So now let's get to this story of 31 fighters who had their members terminated, who received a letter or an email from SG terminating their membership. I'm gonna tell you why I'm disappointed. I feel like I'm disappointed because the fighters communicated the problem. Let me circle it back for those that might not understand. And again, I'm just sharing my overview. I'm sharing my perspective. Do I think the situation could be handled better? Absolutely. I don't think it's good that we create an impression that people can't voice out. People can't voice out their dissatisfactions. People can't voice out things that go wrong in their branches. I think it feels like, to me, we have not learned from what happened to Floyd Chivambo, because the reason Floyd Chivambo managed to hurt us that bad, it's because a lot of fighters, they saw what he was doing, but they didn't feel comfortable or confident enough to be able to say, hey, this person, what he's doing is not right. We know that he's up there, but what he's doing is not right. There was no one. Everyone felt like they will not be listened to. We should not, I don't know, I feel like that's wrong. Everyone and anyone should be able to say, hey, I might be wrong, but what's happening here, 1, 2, and 3, I don't like it. Can someone investigate this? Can someone have a look at this? So, going to East London, Eastern Cape, the fighters, there was going to be a sitting, was a sub-region, the first sub-region assembly, where they're going to elect their leaders. Remember now, they've disbanded the regional structures, so the EFF went to sub-regions. So of course this was going to happen. The people that were in charge of the regions, of course they would want to be in charge of the sub-regions. Of course they don't want to let go of the positions. However, when it was time to vote and like elect, and all those people didn't support them. Right? And what they did is they started to manufacture branches, which is something that CIC speaks about every single time. This is something that CIC condemns every single time. They started to manufacture branches and people to a point, and as a content creator, the messages that I got, like when people started emailing me, sending me messages on inboxes, on Facebook, on TikTok, I was like, man, I feel like this is concerning. And these people were sending proofs of letters that they are emailing to SG, to the SG's office rather, yeah, but and no reply. So it's showing me that no, we've followed the right channels, but no one is replying, and the conference is about to sit. So we can't afford to have this conference sitting. We've been writing for like 2 weeks, and many people. You can miss one email, but you can't miss 20 emails. You can't tell me out of 20 you have not even seen one, right? Fine. So, okay, fine. Then I posted something on Twitter. I posted something on Facebook. I was just like, dear EFF, can this please be looked at? Kiamoshakala eMonti, kiamoshakala East London, yabon. And I'm very cautious of the things that I say, because again, I had Risenga. I was fortunate to have Risenga to teach me that there's a thin line with being outspoken and bringing your organization into disrepute. Yabon. So I was like, can we have this thing looked at, man? There's a big problem there, and it cannot be ignored. If it's ignored, it's going to hurt us. Marshall Ramini replied on my tweet, and he said Veronica Mente will be there in East London. We'll have a look at this. And Veronica Mente had been in East London anyway because she's deployed in Eastern Cape. Fine. They sit a meeting in East London. In fact, it was not a meeting. They go there for the first sitting, the conference now, and it collapses, right? That already is a red flag. It collapses because the fighters are raising these concerns. These people manufactured these branches. These are the proofs that we have, right? This is the proof that we have. These people that are on the list, we were not even in the meetings, team. We are seeing our names on the list of the meetings that we're not even in. So it collapses, it does not sit. Already, that should be a red flag. There is a problem here, right? Fine. SG's office releases another letter that says everyone who launches a branch should have a video of the branch, which is a good thing because now they can't say you were there. And you know how smart they are. In East London, they were even sending messages that say, if the head office calls you to confirm, I use this, even if you're not this, but they were saying, just say yes. Just say yes, because they are trying to confirm their branches, right? Which is wrong. Which is wrong. And those fighters that were complaining, they're saying that with this sitting can't sit, they were absolutely correct. They were absolutely correct. It couldn't sit, right? Okay, fine. Okay, fine. That goes on. And then a second sitting is attempted and it collapses again. And then I remember Veronica Mente also reaching out to me as well, saying, I must forward her the emails from the fighters that were complaining. I forwarded her the emails, right? And yesterday, the SG's office released a letter terminating 31 members. 31 members. I think... Again, I'm so glad that I'm not a politician. I'm glad that I don't have ambitions of anything. Like, I'm so glad because, like, I get to be me and I get to speak, you know. There is no way that we can, as an organization, sacrifice 31 members for 2 people. Because maybe those people are like, maybe they've been there or maybe are closer to the people that are at the top. There is absolutely no way we can sacrifice 31 ground forces for 2 people because they are closer to people that are there on top. You know, if again, I feel like we have not learned from Floyd Chivambo's situation. The reason Floyd went as far as he did, trying to destroy us, it's because no one felt confident or comfortable enough to speak out. We cannot afford to have an organization where people, when there's a problem, they can't speak out. When people send emails, follow the right channels, they should be listened to. The first sitting collapsed, the second sitting collapsed. Instead of leaders coming down and finding out. Yes, TG, I heard that TG went down there to listen, and people were saying the questions that TG was asking were very good, and TG saw that there was a problem there. So instead of this thing being solved, they would rather sacrifice 31 fighters. You know, we need the leaders more than anything. But EFF is built by the ground forces. EFF is the ground forces, right? And I always say on TikTok, because we always fight on TikTok, I always tell them that we all have the best interest at heart for the organization. Don't think that when you have the best interest more than the other person. We all have the best interest at heart for the organization. So this thing of, it seems like when someone else is speaking is not important than the other, and the other one, when they speak, they're more important, maybe because they know someone who is there, it will not grow this organization. And if we're gonna keep getting rid of people that are that work the ground, and leave people that are celebrities and well known, we will not grow this organization. And if we're gonna have leaders that will not condemn bad behavior when it comes from certain people, because it comes from those people, then we will not grow the organization. We will keep on saying we are attacked by white monopoly capital, wara. We will never grow. This is the same thing that killed the ANC. This is the same thing that killed the ANC. You can never, ever have a platform to communicate and say where things are wrong. So the fact that the first conference collapsed, that is indication that there's a problem there. It needs to be, and they are, I think one thing that actually gets to me more than anything is because there are letters of disputes from different fighters. Letters of disputes from different fighters. So instead of having one leader like Veronica Mente going down there or TG going there, at least more leaders should have gone there to listen to those disputes. Instead of terminating, and I get it, fighters got to a point where they were frustrated because they were sending emails, there was no reply. That's how some of the letters got to me, because they're frustrated. But then, if someone has crossed a boundary, right, or has gone against the, oh, I've got 7 minutes. If someone has gone against the organization, disciplinary doors, at least call them to a disciplinary, call them to a meeting. You don't just terminate their membership, J. You understand? And especially what they were saying is valid. You don't just terminate their someone who's fighting for the organization, you terminate their membership just like that. Just like that. So I personally think this has been handled very, very poorly. And I'm not gonna lie, I am extremely disappointed. I am extremely disappointed. We always say this is an organization that listens to people. If we can't listen to the ground forces, our own ground forces, we can never be able to listen to other people. It starts here. It starts at home. We have to have an ear for each other. We have to have an ear for each other, so that we can be able to have an ear for someone who's outside. There is no way we can have an ear for someone who's outside if we can't have an ear for people that are inside. Absolutely no way. So yeah, people have been posting. I even saw a post from this other girl, Umaza. Oh, Umaza loves the EFF so much. I saw her this morning. She posted Uguti, she's taking a break from politics. I see people are tagging me a lot. Like, people have been tagging me on these things. I'm not gonna reply on social media again, because bringing organization into disrepute. That's why I made this video, because I wanted to share my overall perspective on the whole thing and the background of it. But on all those social media posts, I'm not gonna entertain them. But we should do better, man. We should do better. Even if we're protecting the people that we love, that we've known, but we should never protect them at the cost of the organization. If we want to put them in other positions, we can put them. But, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. But, yeah. So, yeah, obviously the fighters are not happy. Like, they're extremely heartbroken. You can't be fighting for this organization and then your membership is terminated because you are trying to fight against corruption. The very same corruption that we preach about. And there is evidence. I think another thing that actually gets to me is the fact that there is evidence. Yes, I understand the significance of the gravity of bringing the organization to this. I get that. However, I'm saying at least let there be a disciplinary hearing where it said, Uguti, you are bringing the organization into disrepute. Again, I was fortunate to have someone on TikTok teach me of what it means to bring the organization to disrepute. And I'm so grateful to Risenga, because every time there's something that happens, I understand the concept of bringing the organization into disrepute. There's a thin line of being vocal and doing that. However, not everyone was taught that. Not everyone was taught that. So well, I mean, that's my 2 cents, guys. I have to go. I had to squeeze in this video very quickly. Let me know what you think. If you don't know who I am, my name is Zizipolo Pelwane. This is Simple Politics. Please subscribe. Let's get to 40k subscribers. Please, guys, support the channel. Please, guys, buy the host coffee. Oh, Nkosiam, buy the host coffee, guys. I'm far away from home. Buy me a coffee. Let's meet in the comment section. Tell me what you think. I might upload this video without the intro because I'm struggling to, don't even, it's been 2 days, I don't have TikTok. I'm struggling to download it on my phone. My app thing doesn't want to allow. I've just updated my iOS. It still doesn't want to download, so I don't know what to do. So please help me if you can. Yeah, I'll see you guys on the next episode. Aluta continua. Let me know what you think about this. I saw a lot of people asking, does CIC know what's happening? You know, I don't think it's fair also that like every single time there's something wrong, we should all be calling for CIC. All the leaders should be able to resolve the problem. They should be able to resolve the problem without favor of any side. You know, it shouldn't get to a point where we're like, but can we get to CIC? Can we speak to CIC? Yeah, but that worries me that they're unable to solve the problem without getting CIC involved, where the ground forces are like, no, we need to speak to CIC right now. So, I mean, I don't know, man. Guys, thank you so much. I have to go and start my day. I'll see you guys on the next one. Aluta continua. Until the next time.